Good evening and welcome to WMRT today. I'm Hannah White and I'm joining you live from the Fairmont Hamilton Princess Hotel overlooking the racecourse here of the Argo Group Gold Cup, the 7th event on the World Match Racing Tour 2011. Well, we've had some blustery conditions here on Hamilton Harbour today, but that has brought some absolutely fantastic racing. And I can tell you, we are just moments away from finishing the first round of qualifying on day 3, which means we will very shortly have 6 quarterfinalists. And of course, we will have all those sailors, the 8 sailors heading into the repechage. So let's have a look at the results as they stand at the moment. So in Group 1, Stefan Lindberg is 6-1. Jesper Radich on 6-1, Francesco Bruni on 5-2, Bjorn Hansen on 4-3, Keith Swinton on 3-4, Blythe Walker on 3-4, Jakob Pollock on 1-6, and Jordan Rees on 0-7. So in Group 2, who are still out there racing at the moment, just before we came live on air, the results were as follows. Torvar Mirsky on 5-2, Phil Robertson on 4-3, Taylor Canfield on 4-3, Johnny Berntsen on 4-3, Ruben Corbett on 3-4, Peter Gilmore on 3-4, Lance Fraser on 2-4, and Sam Pearson on 2-4. I am just hearing in my ear, though, that Phil Robertson has just beat Johnny Berntsen, Corbett has just beat Canfield, and Mirsky has just beaten Gilmore. So some results coming in then, but it looks like the big shake-up in that round is that Peter Gilmore may well be going home. So in Group 3, we have Ian Williams on 6-1, Matthew Richard on 5-2, Damien Yell on 5-2, and Eric Monin on 5-2, Simona Ferresi on 4-3, Laurie Jury on 2-5, Terry McLaughlin on 1-6, and Peter Miller on 0-7. But of course here in Bermuda we have 24 teams, and the whole point of this cutthroat qualifying is that tomorrow I only have to talk about 12 teams because 12 of the teams here will be going home. But as I mentioned, we are here at the Fairmont Princess Hotel here in Hamilton Harbour, and I'm delighted to say I am joined by General Manager Len Czcarnecki. Len, thank you so much for joining me here this afternoon. Just tell me a little bit about the hotel.
Well, thank you, first of all, for having us. We're thrilled to be hosting the World Match Racing Tour. This hotel, the Fairmont Hamilton Princess, often referred to as the Pink Palace, has been here since 1885, the oldest property in our chain of hotels, and it obviously provides a beautiful backdrop to Hamilton Harbor and the exciting races that you have going on. Our hotel is 410 rooms. We have great meeting facilities, large ballrooms, 2 ballrooms actually, one of the few that overlook Hamilton Harbor. Also makes it great for other boating events that happen throughout the year. And then we have 2 beautiful swimming pools. Wish the weather was a little bit better, people would be swimming, but I guess the blustery day makes for great sailing for you. We're sitting right now on our terrace at Harley's, great place to dine. In fact, maybe come down for a bite to eat here tonight. And of course, we have Heritage Court, which is a great bar inside the hotel, and we've seen some of the competitors out there joining around the TV watching some of this event. So great to be here and thrilled to be hosting this event.
Now, Len, I know you're pretty new to this hotel, so this is your first experience of the Argo Group Gold Cup. What does it mean to you having all these sailors mingling around and obviously having us here, all the TV crew and people like that in and around the hotel?
It creates a great buzz. It's fantastic. I grew up on a little tiny sailboat, a sunfish and a sailfish, so nothing like this. So I'm getting to live vicariously through all of these events and these players. But it's absolutely exciting, and of course our guests love to see it. And there's something, it's something that's happening here. And I can see all these people watching out of their windows and balconies, and it's just been a great deal of excitement, and we're thrilled to be part of it.
And have you had a chance at all to have a watch of some of the racing?
I've snuck away a few times throughout the day off one of the balconies to have a look, and it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Len. Now, delighted also to say that we're joined by our CEO of the World Match Racing Tour, Jim OToole. Jim, welcome to Bermuda. Lovely to have you here. Just tell me a little bit about how important relationships like the one we have with the Fairmont Hamilton Princess are so important to the World Match Racing Tour.
Absolutely crucial. Sailors are a fairly particular bunch of characters, as you know, and it's a little bit like golfers on a golf course. One of the things that they always remember is the greens, and the equivalent of greens in this tournament, in this world, is the hotel and the accommodation. It's not just the bedrooms and the way they're, but more importantly the way they're looked after. The additional lengths that Len and his guys have gone to help not just the sailors in their logistics and organisation, but your team in putting on the TV show. The fact that we're hosting it here this evening is a really good example of the sort of partnership that we need from host hotels as we travel around the world. A hotel of this quality and with the service level here is exactly what we're looking for. That's exactly why the sailors love coming to the Argo Group Gold Cup.
Now, Len, just coming back to you, Jim picked up on an interesting point there of golf. Do you have a lot of sports people coming here? I know you have fantastic pool and gym facilities here.
We do attract that, and we also attract a lot of football, which I used to call soccer a few weeks ago. And of course, cricket is a big thing on the island as well. So there is the fair share of sporting activities that come to the island. And I must say, too, other things. Cycling is fantastic here, lots of racing. I love cycling myself. Can't wait for the bike to get here. But yeah, this is a great destination for all types of sports.
Well, now you tell me cycling's big here. I should have bought my bike. I'm a big cycling next year. There you go. Now, Jim, just give us a little bit of an update on the World Match Racing Tour, where we're going. We're obviously coming to the end of 2011. How are things shaping up for 2012?
We're in good shape. In fact, tonight we have a fairly significant presentation to our 9 tour card holders, plus many of the other skippers and teams who are here this week for the Argo Group Gold Cup, where we'll be sharing plans for next year and beyond. We've got some fairly exciting news coming up on the sponsorship front. We announced a major deal recently with Garrard, the Royal Jewellers. We have another deal which is now concluded over the last 24 hours, which we'll be formally announcing at the Monsoon Cup in Malaysia. We have some exciting developments in the way that we're going to manage the tour card holder process going forward. We have some interesting news on boat design. As you know, we had a boat design competition to find the absolutely state-of-the-art equipment for the sailors to race in. Some exciting news coming up on that. And by and large, it's all about new venues. We kicked off a venue acquisition process with actually a bidding process about a year ago. That has been slightly more complicated and labour-intensive than we'd anticipated. But when you're talking about the length of deals and the amount of money involved, it's better to get it right than to do deals quickly. So we have some news on that. We have a couple of deals signed, which we can't talk about until the confidentiality clauses kick in. But by and large, we're in a very good place at the moment, and things are looking good for 2012 and beyond.
Jim OToole, thank you very much. And also Len Czcarnecki, who is the general manager here of the Fairmont Hamilton Princess. Of course, we heard Jim OToole talking about venues. This is the 7th event on the World Match Racing Tour, and this is how we got here.
Damien Diel crosses the finish line to win Match Race France. Rooney wins and takes Match Race Germany.
Bjorn Hansen is the new king of the Korea Match Cup.
And Ian Williams takes the second race and the win here in Portugal. Williams wins Stena Match Cup sweep.
Hadn't quite had the results we wanted earlier in the year. To have a little bit go our way and take the win here has given us a lot of confidence to catch back up to, you know, Francesco and Ian.
We are going to try to fight until the last moment to get a little closer to have a chance in Malaysia.
We're the only one really with a whole set of good results going into Bermuda, so it takes the pressure off us a little bit and actually puts it back on some of the other guys.
So Bermuda, it's normally a tropical island, but today we've seen a few mixed conditions out on the water, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Jesper, Radich and Ian Williams here, who are going to talk to me a little bit about their day today. First of all, I'm going to come to you, Jesper. Congratulations, you're through to the quarterfinals. A great result, 6-1, not quite top of your group though.
I think 6-1 is a result I would have taken any day starting this event. Of course, you know, the final race was actually the one deciding who won the group, and you can't help being disappointed not winning it. But in hindsight, 6-1 is really nice, and it's taking us safely into the quarters. So great day.
I mean, you did really well here at this event last year, coming second. And I mean, does this event really suit you? You know, are you a secret weapon in these boats, or is this just a big return to form for Jesper Radich?
How about both? Is that an option? I would say I had this feeling the other day, or just when we arrived on the practice day and we did a little bit of racing, that I really enjoyed being here. I mean, it's really shifty. Boats are quite hard to sail. I mean, it's really challenging, in other words. And I just felt that, you know, I really enjoyed being out there. A lot of options, a lot of things to think about, and I guess that's the kind of racing that you know, suits me.
I saw you out on the water today in one particular race against Francesco Bruni, where I think you had a bit of a collision before the start. Afterwards, you were all big smiles, beaming, seemed to be very happy on board today.
And we won all our matches at that stage, so of course big smiles, and we won that one also, and we actually won through a little bit of a trick. We tricked him a little bit, and then when it works, it makes you extra happy, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, really great. I mean, we still got a lot still to improve on, I think. I mean, looking at how we sailed, you know, on the other, you know, at other times at this place, and how we sailed today, I know we can do a lot better. So still more to come.
Now, we were just talking to Jim O'Toole, CEO of the Tour, and the future of the Tour. Talk to me about Adrian Lee and Partners and your partnership with them and the future. Obviously, you know, we're running out of time left in this tour. Are we going to see you back next year?
We haven't really started discussing the next season yet. It's been quite a mouthful for me this season because I had a lot of other things on also. I really enjoyed being back in the match racing, and for me it's a lot about having a proper package around the whole racing, because being out there and doing the races is one thing, but all the things you have to organize around it, all the traveling, all the practice sessions, getting the group, the sailors, the group together with the team. It takes a lot of effort to do it well, and I think at this stage I'm probably only going to do it if I can do it really well. So it's basically an open question still. Okay,
well, watch this space. We shall see. Ian Williams, Team GAC Pindar. You won your group through to the quarterfinals. Congratulations. How was your day?
Well, obviously a great day. I think similar to Jesper, we got 6-1 for the whole round robin. And you know, fortunately for us, that was good enough to send us through top of the group. So we're obviously very happy to be in the quarterfinals.
Now just tell me, because your sponsorship dynamic is slightly different this week. You've got support from Argo Group, who are the title sponsors of the event here in Bermuda.
Yeah, that's right. Team GAC Pindar are our sponsors for the year overall, and we obviously get great support from them. They don't have a huge presence here in Bermuda, so we're lucky that we've also got Argo Group sponsoring us for this regatta, and they're a reinsurance company, and so very much really focused on the corporate hospitality side of the event. They have a charter motor yacht out on the racecourse, so we've been spending the afternoon on there watching the racing, which is there's more than one benefit to having a sponsor.
I saw you there as I waved past in my tiny little boat commentating from. But it must be fantastic for Argo Group to be able to get out on the water and see some great action.
Yeah, of course. Obviously they're the title sponsors of the event as well, and they have a lot of guests here watching the racing. And really our job is to talk them through it, explain what's going on, and then we straight after this off to a dinner with them as well. So yeah, I think that it's nice for them to have that interaction with the sailors, and it makes them feel a little bit closer to the event.
Now this is a pretty different situation to this time last year, Ian. Obviously you went into a tiebreaker in the repechage with Ben Ainsley and Adam Minoprio and ended up going home early. You must be pretty relieved to be into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in the repechage twice, and we've gone out those 2 times at this regatta in the last 5 years. So we definitely wanted to avoid it. It's a really tough place to be. The funny thing is, the guys that come through the repechage often come through very strong. Ben, classic example, last year winning. So you've got to be careful of those guys that do come through the repechage. But for sure, you want to avoid it if you can.
Okay, I'm just going to come back to Jesper. Obviously, you wouldn't want to be in the repechage, but, are you fearful of those guys, as Ian said, that are going to come out top? We possibly seeing, Bruni and some really big names in the repechage round.
I think if you just look at the facts around it, we've done 7 races now. The repechage qualifiers will do another 5, so they'll be on 12 races before we enter the quarters. So that's nearly double the amount of racing and situations to get the time in the boat. And I think it all adds up for a team, any kind of team, especially on this level. So a team like Bruni will benefit hugely from doing the repechage. If he moves through, that's another question, because it's only 30% or 1/3 moving through. So it's all about making the cut. But the guys that do make the cut will be, they have a strong chance of winning the whole thing, I think.
Okay, Jesper and Ian, thank you very much for joining me here this evening. Well, of course, we have heard for these guys they can breathe a little sigh of relief for now. But for those heading into the repechage round, fighting out for the final races in the quarterfinals, every race counts.
It's simple. Win one race at a time. 12 teams, 100 races, 1 winner. A race lasts 20 minutes, but a win only takes a fraction. Be 1 move, 1 inch, everything or nothing. To win takes courage, skill, passion and determination. This is not a game of chance or of luck. Read the elements, feel each inclination of your boat, choose your angle, make your move, win a race. No winners guaranteed, odds mean nothing. It's simple, win one race at a time.
I will be back with you tomorrow morning to give you the latest update of what has happened out on the racecourse this evening, and we will be heading straight into the repechage round tomorrow morning, and hopefully, if we have enough time, we will get the quarterfinals underway as well. Please do join me tomorrow morning. I will of course be back with Mark Chisnell between 12 and 2 o'clock local time. That's UTC -4, so join us there for the repechage, for the quarterfinals, and all the very best racing from here in Hamilton Harbour and the Argo Group Gold Cup.